friends, and welcome to a magical adventure. Today, we're going to visit the land of opposites. Are you ready? Let's go. Our story begins with two curious friends, Ella and Max. They discovered a giant, colorful gate with a sign that reads, "Opposites help the world make sense." I wonder what that means. As they step through the gate, the air sparkles with magic. They soon realize that every time they say an opposite word, the world around them changes. How exciting! Ella and Max find themselves in a forest with trees so huge they seem to touch the clouds. Suddenly, a tiny glowing creature, no bigger than a thumb, zips out from behind a leaf. "Hello, I'm Pico, the small sprite," it squeaks in a tiny voice. Max giggles. "Wow, you are so small." Pico does a little twirl in the air. "Yes, I am. And right behind you is something big." They turn round and gasp. A massive, gentle giant smiles down at them, waving a hand that's bigger than their whole bodies. "Hello there. I am Goran, the big guardian of the forest," he rumbles kindly. Pico flies up to their noses. To pass the first challenge of opposite land, you must match the opposites you find in this forest. The trees around them shimmer, and words begin to appear on the bark, big, tall, heavy. On the other side of the path, more words appear, short, light, small. Ella points excitedly. "I know. Big goes with small, tall goes with short, and heavy goes with light." As she matches them, the entire forest glows with a brilliant light. "Well done," cheers Pico. "You understand opposites of size." Next, Ella and Max arrive at a racetrack buzzing with energy. A cheetah zooms past them in a blur so fast. At the same time, a wise old tortoise crawls gently by so slow. A cheetah in a tracksuit blows a whistle. "Welcome to the speed zone. I'm Coach Cheetah. To continue your journey, you must join our opposite race." Ella decides to ride on the friendly tortoise's back, while Max hops onto a speedy little hover scooter. Coach Cheetah stands at the starting line and shouts, "Ready? Go!" Then he calls out commands. Fast, Max zooms ahead on his scooter. Slow, Ella and the tortoise move forward at a gentle pace. Fast, Max zips forward again. Slow, Ella moves steadily. Soon they are both laughing because the sudden changes from fast to slow feel like a silly, wobbly dance. They cross the finish line together, giggling. Coach Cheetah nods with a grin. "Excellent. You've learned the opposites of speed. Great teamwork. You too." Their path now leads them toward two incredible mountains. One glows with a warm, fiery red light its hot mountain. The other sparkles with a frosty, icy blue its cold mountain. A friendly dragon wearing a cozy scarf flies down to greet them. "Hi, I'm Brizo, the temperature dragon. Your next mission is to help me balance the hot and cold in this valley." He hands them two magical crystals. One feels warm to the touch, and the other feels icy cold. Ella spots a beautiful flower that has been frozen in a block of ice. She carefully places the warm crystal near the ice. It begins to melt, and the flower slowly opens its petals. Meanwhile, Max sees a rock that is steaming from the heat of hot mountain. He gently places the cold crystal on the rock, and the steam disappears as it cools down. Brizo smiles, a puff of cool air coming from his nose. "Perfect. You see, hot and cold opposites help nature stay in balance. It's not about one being better than the other. They both have their place." As they continue on their journey, a warm sunbeam shines on their faces while a cool breeze keeps them comfortable. As they walk on, the sky begins to grow dim. They arrive at the entrance to a mysterious cave. It's the cave of light and dark. Inside, it's amazing. One half of the cave is as bright as a sunny day, filled with glowing crystals. The other half is as dark as a moonless night, with soft shadows dancing on the walls. A beautiful fairy with shimmering wings appears before them. "I am Luma, the keeper of light and darkness," she says in a soft, musical voice. To pass this challenge, you must place these special lanterns where they belong to create harmony. She shows them a lantern that glows with a brilliant light, and another that seems to be made of pure shadow. Ella picks up the glowing lantern and walks into the dark side of the cave, placing it on a pedestal. Instantly, the darkness is filled with a soft, gentle glow. Max takes the shadow lantern and places it in the brightest part of the cave. The blinding light softens into a beautiful, warm radiance. Sparkles swirl all around them as light and dark mix perfectly. You understand, Luma says. One cannot exist without the other. Opposites work together to create balance and beauty. Leaving the cave, Ella and Max enter a vibrant music meadow. The air is filled with sound. A flock of colorful birds chirps a very loud song from the treetops. Down in the grass, tiny crickets rub their legs together, making a soft, quiet whisper. A little mouse in a tuxedo stands on a mushroom, tapping a tiny baton. Welcome, welcome. Let's make the opposite symphony, he squeaks. He asks Ella and Max to help organize the sounds. They find big, loud drums and place them next to small, quiet flutes. After a loud, booming clap, they make a soft, quiet finger snap. The mouse conducts them all: the loud birds, the quiet crickets, the booming drums, and the gentle flutes. The music they create is incredible, with loud parts that make you want to dance and quiet parts that make you want to listen closely. It all blends together perfectly. The conductor mouse throws his baton in the air with joy. Bravo, bravo. You've learned all about sound opposites. Just then, the sky above opposite land turns into a beautiful rainbow. All the friends they met on their journey appear before them. Pico the small sprite, Gorn the big guardian, Coach Cheetah, Brizo the temperature dragon, Luma the fairy, and the conductor mouse all gather round, smiling. You have completed all the challenges, Pico announces proudly. You now understand big and small, fast and slow, hot and cold, light and dark, and loud and quiet. As he speaks, a magnificent golden book appears in Ella's hands. On the cover, it says the Book of Opposites. Max looks at all their new friends and smiles. Opposites aren't just different, they actually help each other. Ella nods, opening the book to see its sparkling pages. And they make the world so much more interesting and full of balance. As Ella and Max wave goodbye and step back through the giant gate, they know they'll never forget their adventure. Opposites are everywhere around us, every single day. When you understand both sides of something, you can understand the whole world a little bit better. Thanks for joining us on this amazing journey. Don't forget to look for opposites all around you. See you next time.